morning. This is a Northern Line train which I'm about to catch south here from Kennington to go all the way down to the bottom, the southernmost point of the tube network and the southernmost point of the Northern Line. South meets north. Yes, let's do the end of the line at Morden. So Morden is at the bottom of the tube map and is the most southern point on the London Underground, which is ridiculous when you consider it's only 8 miles from the centre of town. That puts it in Zone 4, which doesn't seem far out at all when compared to Epping and Amersham in our previous 2 episodes. And to get here, it's all underground, in a tunnel, until you emerge into the daylight at Morden. So the tunnel in the distance, longest piece of tunnel on London Underground, 17 miles it used to be. That was the longest, bit of track that you could travel without like a mobile signal. But nowadays, Wi-Fi, 4G in some tunnels, that's no longer the case. You can now get a signal in some places underground. At Morden, there are 5 platforms, except that there aren't. There are only 4. And even then, there are only really 3 as they use numbers 2, 3 and 5 for departing purposes, because the doors of the middle bay where trains terminate open up onto platforms 3 and 4 on either side, and that means you can have a little fun here. What this means, therefore, is that you can do the classic move where you're here on platform 4 and then you just climb up on board, walk through a train, hello train, and then out again onto platform 3. Platform 1 is proper disused though, and is never used anymore. It's blocked off, along with this side entrance which is no longer in use either. The only reason you come down here now is to access the lift for step-free access to all other platforms. Out in the ticket hall, it's worth looking up, once to see how the light streams down in from above here, and then outside again for this light bulb chandelier, and the reverse image of the roundel that you'd normally only see from the outside. It looks great. Also, there's a lot of underground history posters here, and one of them talks about the demands for an extension. Well, the Northern Line was almost extended further here, with a stop at North Cheam, and I speculate that there could have been a stop in between as well. I'm not sure what they would have called it though, and also the obvious opportunity to perhaps carry the line on and link up with the existing Sutton station. London Transport did actually buy a plot of land at North Cheam to build a station. That was right here. But when the line was never extended, LT used it as an employee sports field instead, until the land was eventually sold off and a huge Sainsbury's was built here instead. Like Epping, Morden has a car park. It's around the back, and you walk along a side passage to get to it. What this also allows you to do is peek over the wall here to see the tunnel portal close up. But keep going to get to the car park itself, and there's this fence, which if you, maybe climb up on the green bin, peer over the top, and there's your YouTube thumbnail money winning shot. Award yourself bonus points if you get a snap with all 3 platforms having a train in them. By the way, I always check the forecast before I go out filming, and it definitely said it wasn't going to rain today. Thanks, weather. The other problem with Morden Station is that, well, the buses get in the way. So on a rainy day, it doesn't look good, which is why I decided to come back later again at night and get the magnificent shots of how Morden looks at night when it's all lit up. Just rather splendid. Morden itself seems to be yet another high street with all the regular shops you'd expect to find. But the real gem here is the fabulous National Trust property Morden Hall Park, which is just 5 minutes walk around the corner from the station. Again though, do try and come on a day that it's not raining. And now for the jewel in Morden's crown, which is to go and take a look at the depot that lies to the south of the station. It's a 5-minute walk away, and you'll need to get to a small side road called Morden Court. Here, there's a public footpath, which slopes up and actually turns into an impressively long footbridge. And from there, it's all rather magnificent. And that brings you out to here, to this very long footbridge, which is a public footpath, which has an excellent view down on to the Northern Line depot here at Morden. Great view of trains. It's the place to come. If you come to Morden, you must also come here. And you should come and visit. That is half the reason I'm doing this series, to encourage you to come out and experience for yourself what the end of the line is like. I used to work with a chap many years ago that had come down from Newcastle to London. He commuted every day on the Northern Line from Collier's Wood, just 2 stops up the line, into central London. And after he left the job and gone back home, back up to Newcastle, he messaged me one day to say, why on earth didn't I just stay on the train one day going home and just go 2 more stops and see what's at Morden? Hopefully he can now watch this video and see for himself. But that's what you should do. If you got a Zone 5, Zone 6 travel card, say if you're a regular commuter on one side of the tube map, why not this weekend just go out for a journey to the other side of the tube map? If you're staying within zone of your travel card, then that travel is already paid for. Okay, that is it. I think we're wrapping up, so I'm going to go and get the train from Morden back home. I quickly noted the number of the labyrinth, number 119 here. Checked that the owl that's there to scare off the pigeons is still there. Yep, there it is, tick. And then also spotted this stepping back plunger sign as well. I'll explain what that's all about in a future episode at another station. And we're departing from Morden, heading north on a northbound train. Farewell Zone 4. There's a playlist coming up with all the videos in this series as I explore the end of the line all over the tube map. Thanks for watching. Press like, press subscribe. Bye.